What is the wealth cycle? Well, it's a word I made up a long time ago and wrote a whole book about it. So most people live in what I call a lifestyle cycle, where they make money, they spend it, make it, spend it, make it, spend it. And maybe in their 30s, 40s, or 50s, they wake up and say, maybe I should have been investing. So the wealth cycle investing is about that. It's how do you make the money to buy and invest in assets. So there's 4 phases of wealth cycle we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about where people get stuck in the phases and just won't break that behavioral pattern. And the last thing is how to move intentionally through building a wealth cycle like a millionaire would and keep your taxes as low as possible, which is a new variance I'm going to put into it because it's critical. So first, let's talk by definition, what is the wealth cycle? The wealth cycle consists of earning money, even though I don't like the word saving, putting it away into some liquid account. So I'm going to use the word savings. How do you invest it? And then reinvest it for more passive income. So what happens in a wealth cycle is most people have this illusion that passive income is just everywhere to be found. It's not. Active income creates the investment, usually the deposit, the purchase of the asset, and the asset invested properly will create passive income. And here's the real truth. If you're a money maker, why would you take more income in the passive income side? You just keep reinvesting the profits. So it's a choice on how you're going to invest. It's a choice how you're going to make money. So let's start with the first 4. Number 1, how do you make money? If you're only making money as an employee, not going to work too well for you because you're going to get overtaxed. You're going to make money, get taxed, live on what's left. If you make money inside of a company, and again, in U.S. terms, that's a C Corp, an S Corp, a limited partnership, or a limited liability company. So when your company makes money, you activate the greatest tax code in the world. So by making money the proper way, you will avoid overpaying taxes done right. So first, you got to make it. Then you got to put some of it away so you have some liquidity for that rainy day, which isn't really a rainy day, but you want some liquid cash just on low sales months and things like that for your business. Then you want to invest. So the biggest pattern that I want you to understand in a wealth cycle is you're going to make the money and invest the money as your new way of thinking versus make it, spend, and go buy a lifestyle. You want to buy assets, then you get to buy your lifestyle. Put it in the right order, you'll be wealthy forever. And then with the asset profits and income, do you want it back as passive income? Later in life, probably early in life, you probably want it compounded, but those are money rule choices. And there are chapters in here about money rules, risk analysis, due diligence. How do you do due diligence on alternative assets? Now, where do people get stuck? So where most people get stuck is usually the category of debt. So they think, I'm going to make money and pay off my debt, and then I'll begin. No. You want to make money, invest your money, and do the minimum. So in the Millionaire Maker book, and I'm going to give you the Millionaire Maker version 2, go to page 194 and read how you get out of debt Millionaire Maker style. So you're going to get out of debt, but when you have low cost money, because debt's just the cost of money, why would you pay that off? I.e. mortgages that have some history to them, maybe even vehicle loans. Like when you have sub 5 interest rates right now, why pay that off versus even if it's 20 or 30 grand, put that money to work and get it compounding. And if you can get it to work at 10, 12, 15%. Now you've got a compounding asset that's producing a lot of money. The cash flow can help amplify the debt payment, but to take that 20 or 30, pay it off in debt, it might feel good, but now you have no principal, you have no base of cash to grow. Compounding power of money is fabulous. So here's your homework assignment. I want you to go grab a compounding calculator, just grab it off of the internet and put in some numbers, just play with it. Say you're going to put away 10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000 as the base principal, and then you're going to add X thousands per month or X hundreds per month. Invested, call it at 10%, 12%, 15%. Again, play with those numbers and do it for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. See how quickly the compounding effect, they call it the rule of 72, which is you double your money every 7 years. I can promise you with the Millionaire Maker work, you can do it in less than 5. But you've got to start putting your money to work properly and in the right pattern. So the wealth cycle is truly a pattern of how you make, how you spend, how you invest your money. And making and investing has got to become the priority for you, the entrepreneur, the wealth builder, right? The business owner. The other big barrier, I'd say, or the stumbling block is just your fear because you're not used to investing this way. So you're used to making money and then freezing. right? So you've got to learn the rules of investing. Partner with other people. I never say go solo and buy your first piece of real estate. Go with other people. It's what I did. That's why I struck fast and I became a millionaire quick. I went with a team. I only got 10% of the first deal I did, but I was with a team that was extremely mature, had done hundreds and hundreds of projects, hundreds of millions of dollars of projects, and I was just a small player in that game. And then as time goes on and you start getting deals and you start understanding how to negotiate, your asset purchasing is going to get more and more sophisticated as you become a millionaire and multimillionaire. Now, before we continue on with Wealth Cycle, I want you to subscribe to the channel, click the notification button, and please go grab this book on our Shopify store. It's in the link below, and dig in deeply. This is probably the least read book, but it's probably the most sophisticated from the alternative asset investing education side. And if you want this, a legacy of building great assets, you've got to bring your family with you, because you're going to make all this money, you're going to have all these assets, and a bunch of kids that just want to cash them out and create a tax consequence at the end of your life. That's not the plan. The plan is these corporations and trusts live on once you are off the planet, and that's legacy creating. Last things about Wealth Cycle investing is really set up a structure to manage your ROI. What is your return on investment as you're putting your money to work? So set some structures for that. You can work with your tax strategist. That if you're a client of ours, we'll assign you one. You can work with your bookkeeper, but you need to put your numbers hat on, not your emotional hat. So many of you mess up your investing strategy by getting emotional versus let the numbers tell you the truth. Numbers don't lie, people do. The other thing that I want you to think about is, again, just recycling, meaning compound the money. Instead of taking money out of an investment, continue to allow it to compound and accumulate while you're continuing to make active income. That strategy alone, by you making active income, aggressively investing in new assets every year as a goal. So if you have a goal of making, say, $500,000 this year, how much of that could you allocate $100,000 towards new assets? You want to be mindful about what you're making and how much of it you're investing. That's the power of a 3 to 5 year millionaire. So if you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL. Inside my Millionaire Maker book that we gave you earlier in this video, I want you to do a gap analysis. Have a one-on-one conversation with our team on how we can help solve the problems that you think you have. But if we look at your gap, we're going to see more gaps than you even know you have. So make sure you go to Ask Loral, ask questions, make a request. Let us have this gap analysis session one-on-one with you. And let's make 2026 the best year you've ever had. Talk to you tomorrow.